As a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt, I always see project teams making this one critical mistake. Nagda-dive in agad sila sa solusyon without a clear high-level process map. So, let's fix that. Ngayon, we are going to master the SIPOC diagram para sa isang malinaw at solid na project scoping right inside the define phase of our DMAIC methodology.
Para sa ating DMIC scoping, milestones, we'll quickly run through these 5 key areas. Number 1, Introduction to SIPOC diagrams. Number 2, Anatomy of a SIPOC. Number 3, Starting with the process. Number 4, Completing the SIPOC flow. And finally, Number 5, the pizza delivery example.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, Introduction to SIPOC diagrams. Whenever we're in the define phase of a Lean Six Sigma project, absolutely crucial na ma-establish natin agad yung boundaries ng aanyusin nating proseso. So, what is a SIPOC diagram? Basically, it's a high-level bird's-eye view tool. It helps our LSS project teams document and communicate the entire process scope on just one single page. Isipin nyo na lang ng isang BPO operations floor kung saan walang malino na proseso kung sino ang magpapasa ng call or ticket kanino. It's gonna be total chaos, diba? Ang LSS logic dito is very straightforward. We need to keep everyone on the exact same page para maiwasan natin ang dreaded scope creep before we even spend time and resources on analysis.
On an operational level, visualizing the whole board this way shows you the end-to-end impact immediately. Nakikita nyo agad that the scope is clearly documented and our key stakeholders are identified right from the start, mula sa supplier ng materials all the way to the end customer. And you know what the best part is? You don't need highly technical tools para makapag-umpisa. You can easily draft this simple process flow using Microsoft Word or Excel. That way, madali siyang i-share sa buong team para ma-validate ninyo agad ang process blocks without overcomplicating things.
Moving on to Section 2, Anatomy of a SIPOC. Let's break down what this acronym actually means.
So, let's look at the components conceptually para mas maintindihan natin ang bawat letra before we actually build the diagram. SIPOC stands for Supplier, Input, Process, Output, and Customer. Let's use a quick fast food analogy here. Think of your favorite Jollibee branch. Ang supplier would be the commissary na nagde-deliver ng raw materials or even the customer placing the order. Ang input is your chicken, yung breading, and the specific order details. Then your process is the actual workflow of cooking and assembling the food. An output is that hot, fresh chicken joy meal at yung customer, well, that's you. Super straightforward, right? But here's the trick. Where exactly should we focus first when we start mapping these 5 out?
That brings us to Section 3, starting with the process. Let's see why the P column is the real starting point.
So, the crucial point is, kahit S ang unang letra sa acronym, we literally do not start there. A core Lean Six Sigma principle is to always center the process first. Kapag nagdodrawing na kayo ng columns ninyo, you write the 5 headings horizontally. Pero, step 1 is to focus entirely on the middle column, ang P or process column. Step 2, draw your rectangular boxes. Step 3, write out 3 to 6 major steps ng proseso ninyo. Keep it high level, okay? Kapag lumampas na kayo sa 6 na steps, you're getting way too in the weeds at pang detailed process map na yan. Finally, step 4, connect those boxes using vertical arrows pointing downwards. And hey, if you want this to look really clean and presentable for your DMA control get reviews, Microsoft Visio is honestly the perfect modern tool for mapping these 3 to 6 steps with standard process notations. Once the center is set, ready na tayong buuin yung makabilang dula.
Now let's hit Section 4, completing the SIPOC flow. Let's look at the upstream and downstream elements.
Ngayong naka-anchor na tayo ng maayos sa process natin, we can fill out the remaining 4 columns surrounding it. Isang malaking misconception dito is thinking that this is strictly for external parties. Actually, scratch that. Hindi lang sila external vendors or buyers. In our LSS framework, suppliers and customers include internal, upstream, and downstream departments too. Your suppliers and inputs are the upstream providers. Sila yung nagbibigay ng materials, nagpapasa ng critical data sa system, or nag-a-assign ng tao. On the flip side, outputs and customers are your downstream recipients. Sila naman yung tumatanggap ng finished products, processed forms, or let's say checks. Think about a GCash disbursement process. Ang internal supplier ng payroll file mo is your HR team, and your downstream customers are simply your employees.
Section 5, the pizza delivery example. Let's apply all this theory into a real-world scenario.
Let's apply all these concepts to a very relatable example, a pizza delivery restaurant. As we discussed, umpisahan natin sa gitna. We'll outline the 5 central process steps. Number 1, take order. 2, prepare pizza. 3, bake. 4, box. And 5, deliver to customer raw. Notice how simple this is. Wala tayong details like kung ilang minuto ba sa oven or anong POS system ang gamit. We are strictly focusing on the major operational milestones to establish our process baseline. With that core operation set, we can now add the other columns.
And here is the grand reveal of our completed matrix. Tignan ninyo kung paano nag-align ang lahat sa isang tingin. For suppliers, we have the flour manufacturer, food processing companies, and the call-in customers. Sila yung nagpo-provide ng inputs natin like flour, water, other ingredients, and that crucial order info. Lahat ng inputs na ito flow directly into our mapped process, right from taking the order down to delivery. What's the output? A perfectly completed pizza. And who's the customer? The home delivery and carry-out customers waiting for their food. Can you see the operational impact here? Isang table lang, and immediately, management and the project team are fully aligned on the exact scope of the project. As a Microsoft certified trainer, tip ko lang, if you're having trouble brainstorming specific inputs and outputs for highly technical logistics or IT processes, Microsoft Copilot inside Excel is a real game changer. It can instantly generate relevant variables based exactly on the process steps you define.
So, what does this all mean for you? Ang SIPOC diagram is a remarkably powerful Lean Six Sigma scoping tool that lets you see the whole picture. Walang labis, walang kulang. Now that you understand the logic, here's my challenge to you. Anong magulong proseso sa operations floor ninyo right now ang kailangang ma-map in this exact way? Grab a spreadsheet, focus on that P column first, and start building your operational clarity today.